and welcome to Naturally Case in Point, and I'm your talk show host, Miss Nat. On today, I want to ask you a question. Are you growing? Are you really growing? And I don't mean spiritually, so to speak. I mean, just are you growing? As you age, do you see yourself doing things that you say, hey, maybe I could change? Some behaviors in yourself that you think, hey, maybe that could be a little better. Or I'm getting older and I just don't, that doesn't appeal to me anymore. Well, if you are growing. But let me tell you something. A lot of us that I'm experiencing through talking to different people, a lot of us are growing, but we're sabotaging our growth. We're growing little bit when some of you are gigantic in the things that you can do, the people that you just are. You are phenomenal. But you've been sabotaging yourself somewhere down the line because somebody told you, oh, you couldn't do it, or either they didn't have faith in you, or let's just face it, maybe you were brought up that way, being told you can't do this. So you don't grow. You grow physically, but mentally you're stunted. You don't see yourself. You kind of wish yourself doing things, but you never actually see yourself taking command of your life like that. Because you know what? Somebody told you something and you let it grow with you. Or as a child, you were probably raised up like that. You were reared that way. And your parents, bless their heart, they didn't know it, but this is just what happened to you. Let's look at it like this. When seeds are planted in the earth, or something kind of pollen germinates, it's going to take place and do what it is meant to do. You see grass growing through the sidewalks. You see it growing through bricks. You see it growing. Life is always movement forward. Life is always going to be movement forward. And it doesn't matter if there's a brick wall, there's concrete there. If there's an opening and there's a way, it will find a way to grow. And that's the way you should be. Because these people in your lives that tell you things, those are the brick walls, those are the concrete mortars, those are the things that are going to try to stunt your growth. For most of it does, because we've played it in our head. We sabotaged ourselves into thinking what they said was correct, and it is not. It is not. What somebody told you does not dictate your life. Your vision is not their dream, and their dream is not your vision. And this is why it's so important that when you find something that you're really good at, something that you want to do, something that you can do, and another thing, something that's going to be beneficial for humanity, it will be done. It will be done. This is where each one reach one, teach one comes in. No one knows, no one should know no more than the other if we're willing to share our learning. If we're willing to share, we should all know on different levels. Some may know more about education, but we all should be educated, you know? And so with that being said, when you're planted here to grow, but for some reason you've sabotaged your growth with people, or just things have happened to you in life and you just do not believe no more anymore about yourself. You just don't have the gumption to make things happen, or it's so hard to make things happen. Yeah, it's kind of hard because everybody doesn't have the same pull for you as you have for yourself. And this is why sometimes when you're growing, you have to grow in silence. You just have to stand and grow. If the wind blows, you kind of do what Mother Nature, you blow this way, because you're not going to fall. If it blows you this way, you just blow that way, because you're not going to fall. Every way that the wind takes you, you just continue to blow, because you're not going to fall. You're not. This is the process. This is one of the processes of growing. It's not going to be comfortable all the time. People around you are not going to make you comfortable, but yet you should stand in growth. And with this, then there comes separation. You're not going to feel like you belong a lot of places anymore, and you really don't, because you don't think that way anymore. You don't talk that way anymore. You don't even dance with the same people that way anymore. There's a lot of things that you are not going to feel comfortable doing because you have grown and you are growing. And this is where separation comes in. A lot of us don't want to separate. We're like, oh no, I don't want to give up this. I don't want to give up that. Yeah, you got to give it up. You've got to give it up to go over here. You can't take that over here and call yourself growing. Growing comes out of a level sometimes you're not comfort. Nothing grows in a comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you're probably growing, but it's stunted growth. And so you have to grow. That's the purpose of you being here, growing to a higher level of you, knowing the better you, the higher you. And so you're separated from people, places, and things that used to be comfortable to you that you no longer really gravitate to, nor do you fit in properly. Then there's the actual elevation. When we elevate, we're so happy that we're probably living a better life, we're driving a better car, we're working a better job, or we're doing things. We're doing a lot of things, but a lot of us are not giving back. I don't care how far you grow, your roots are still planted. And so this is where you got to go back to where you grew. Go back there and, kind of put a little seed money, help the community, buy some groceries. You got to do something. You can't just say, oh, well, I've grown and never look around at where you came from. You have a strong root system there. You have a strong root system. But this is where each one, reach one, teach one comes in, because you're not going to be able to take everybody on your journey as you go, because your journey is yours alone. But yet you can come back and do some good. Naturally, that's what we're supposed to do. Naturally, we're here to serve each other. And those that don't come up with you, always go back and check on some stragglers, because it's always somebody willing to come up. They just need a helping hand, or they need someone to show them the way. Don't disappear. Don't do a disappearing act on your roots, okay? Because naturally, you are the only one who can make a difference in this world. Naturally. Thank you for taking your time with us on today, and be sure to do that you on you and see where you fit in on the scale of things. Thank you, and see you next time on Naturally Case in Point.